Hello and welcome to Looking Glass Letterbox for Teatime and Tarot. If you haven't been here before, this is a daily tarot journal I've committed to doing throughout 2021, Mondays through Fridays. And this is general readings, so it may not connect or resonate for everyone out there, but hopefully there's something here that's interesting or curious that you can take with you to consider over the next couple of days. Again, they are dailies through the week, so if you want to check in every once in a while, check in every day, catch up on the weekends, however you want to use it is perfectly fine. It's your prerogative. If you want to journal along with me, that would be wonderful as well. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start here. Yesterday, we had so many cups in the readings. There was the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, the King of Cups. So a lot of emotional resonance and well-being and allowing yourself to be happy and enjoy the moment and appreciate how far you've come, what you've already developed, and be optimistic and open and receptive to what's going to be coming towards you in the future. So today we're starting with the 8 of Cups. All right, that was at the bottom of the deck yesterday of the clarifying deck. So continuing to walk away from what no longer serves you, continuing to progress in the direction of what it is that you seek, what it is you want to discover, come into resonance with, come into connection with. It requires strength of purpose and character and willingness to follow through your intention with your action and how you show up in those circumstances. That is lovely. And then we have the High Priestess. So tapping into your intuition, what is it actually that you're seeking to come into connection with? The choices that you're making, why are you compelled to make those choices? Or what is it that you want from those connections? What is it you want to discover? What hidden truth are you trying to reveal, to yourself, within yourself and external to you as well? High Priestess is also connected to our choices and how much we trust in our own intuition in guiding us to make the right choice for us, each one of us as individuals, because it's going to be different for everyone. It's all a very individual, very personal progression. And then we have the Ace of Wands, all right, a point of ignition, a point of excitement, of creation, of taking that first step to start making something happen that you are driven to do, and that is, just within you, and you're compelled to do it for reasons that are significant to you as well. So wonderful. Ace of Wands, aces are new beginnings. And then we have the 6 of Swords. Okay, choosing to move on to what's next, releasing yourself from the island of Stan, as Dorothy is moving away from the island of Stan, and taking with her the understandings, the experience, the decisions, the knowledge, and the parts of the story that she wants to bring along with her that will support her in her decision to move into new experience, in either in her understanding of the world that she's in, or physically moving locations as well. 6 is a point of growth, reciprocity, commitment, and conviction, because it is related to the Lovers. So a point of growth and reciprocation in the nature of exchange, and your conviction to really commit to that and stick with it through the long haul. So like soulmate connections, or deeply resonant connections, when you're looking around and you feel like you don't know what you've been doing, and you don't know how you got to the place that you are, but then that moment happens and you're like, oh, I'm exactly where I need to be right now because I needed to be here for this. And that's going to help to support me into the next stage of development and where I decide to go from here. At the bottom of the deck, you have the 2 of Cups. So that point of connection and resonance and reflection, and what you are offering into a situation with generosity and authenticity and receptivity is being mirrored back to you, is being returned to you in kind. So again, a soulmate connection, being resonant within a time and space of connection and recognition, and choosing to allow yourself to experience that, because again, it is the 2, it's related to the High Priestess, and it is dependent upon your choice. You can reject this and deny it, and be pulled back into that previous path with the Eight of Cups where it wasn't fulfilling to you, it wasn't replenishing or nourishing, it was stagnated and sort of weighed you down. Or you can choose to accept it and move into the next stage of development, the next period of growth, in the next cycle of experience. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Tower. So something being shifted out of your way that's outside of your control. Again, it could be in your external world, but it also can be an internal understanding within the story and within your estimation of your own experience, your perception and your perspective and your awareness of things. Something may be revealed to you that completely changes that whole picture in your own mind. But it may be something that you maybe relied upon or was a center point of your understanding, or you felt was providing you with some sort of stability, when actually it wasn't. It was taking up space and preventing other things from moving in. At this point, it may have provided you with support in the past, but it hasn't been for a long time, and it's being removed out of your way for your benefit. So it's shifting and it's changing to allow you to seek out this progression and walk away from what is no longer active, what's no longer available to you, what's gone still and stagnant, to move in to a stage of growth and activity and excitement and revelation and resonance. And between the two is the King of Wands. Okay, so the visionary, being confident, taking bold, authoritative action, wearing the crown, and with what it is that you want to create, where it is that you want to innovate, how it is you want to develop or expand or express within your own kingdom, taking the authoritative stance to do so, is you're empowered to do so. You're wearing the crown here. It also could be another person, as it could be a person that's going to influence or support or inspire you as well, fire sign potentially. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius could be represented by the King of Wands here. All right, let's clarify the Eight of Cups. So what is it that you're seeking out? What is it that you're moving in the direction of? Okay, Eight of Cups clarified by the Six of Swords. Again, whoever's connecting with this has actively decided to continue moving on to that new path and employing their strength not to be snapped back or pulled back to the previous path. Because this is cups moving on from what was before, there are emotional connections and emotional ties that are very difficult to distance yourself from, or to break away from, or to move in an opposite direction of, and that can be very difficult. So you do need to employ strength of decision and character and behavior in order to continue progressing forward and getting into that boat and moving into the direction of new experience, new endeavor, new connection, new cycles, and new points of exchange. So that's pleasing. So reaffirming your decision that yes, moving on from the previous path onto this new path was the right decision for me, and sort of fortifying your endeavor in that respect. And then clarifying the High Priestess. We have the Seven of Cups reversed. Okay, so Seven of Cups upright is about confusion over your options and your emotional response to that as well in your relationships, because again, it is cups and your receptivity to things. Confusion, fogginess, insecurity about which one is going to be the right one to select, or which ones are going to be applicable, what's real, what isn't, you know, what's a fantasy, what's a reality, all of those things. But this, with the High Priestess, relying on your intuition and trusting yourself to be able to know what's right for you and assess those things in your own estimation, has allowed you to select a cup or the cups that you want to carry, the two cups potentially, that you want to carry it forward and develop from this point. So that point of confusion, or that lack of, confidence in your ability to choose the right option for you, has been lifted for someone. And yesterday in the reading, we had the Nine of Swords flipped upside down and the Ten of Wands flipped as well. So someone has come to a point of inspiration and clarity and understanding. We have the Ace of Swords yesterday as well. They've sort of released themselves into the endeavor and are allowing themselves to embrace the progression forward with less inadequacy and less insecurity, and willing to open themselves up to experience along the way, with the Emperor taking that divine masculine authoritative action about what they're going to do and their stability within their decisions in order to handle whatever consequence or development occurs based on their choices. So really having faith in yourself and trusting yourself and embracing your ability and your autonomy and your independence and your resilience in order to, whatever happens, handling it and taking that position of confident authority over domain in your own life. Wow, okay. So clarifying the Six of Swords. So whoever's moving on is moving on in a bold, big, bold way. Okay. Six of Wands clarified by the King of Swords. Clear, decisive, fair, analytical assessment and decision and authority to take the right action to move forward. All right, so whoever's decided to embrace this and is embarking upon a progression like this is, it's not just an emotional response, or they're not just fired up with the wands and the excitement over the endeavor, and the possibility of the future. They've assessed the past, assessed the present, considered the future, and making a cool, calm decision that absolutely this is the way to go, and employing their strength and their character and how they show up in that space to a point of stability and celebration and joy in their actions. Strength is also playfulness as well. So after taking and being confident in that decision to move forward, and what you're going to develop from that point based on your awareness of the developments of the past, being willing to go with strength, whole heart. Strength is the card of Leo. So that's whole heart, big fiery energy and resonance and radiant spirit, moving into the decision to move forward and recognizing the success that you've already had within that space with the Four of Wands, as well as you choose to move on. That is remarkable. All right, and then at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Nine of Wands. You have a wealth of experience and activity behind you that you've recognized that supports this endeavor forward. You made it through the Nine of Wands. You've done all of the stuff that you've done up to this point. Why on earth wouldn't you think that you can do what needs to be done next and be aware and recognize the points that are going to be right and active and fulfilling for you? Of course you can. You may be a little tired, a little weary of your previous experience, but recognizing that you made it through all of that and got to this point, and this cycle's about to close. So the new one that's opening up, you're reassured with the Emperor and the King of Wands here that you're going to be able to navigate that space even better than you did the previous one, because you have this wealth of experience and knowledge and activity behind you. Lovely. And once this tower shifts, well, that's too many. Once this tower shifts out of your way, that's going to open up a whole new realm of opportunity and potential, that whatever space this was taking up, once it's moved out of the way, so much potential and opportunity and energy can move into the space that this was taking. This was just static. It was taking up space, and it was blocking opportunity and circumstance and time from moving in with more stuff to allow you to build and evolve and change and move forward. And once it's out of the way, all of that's going to open up. We're coming to the end of the Mercury retrograde. So if you've taken the time throughout February, because we've been in retrograde for all of February so far, to really consider and sit with the King of Swords and the King of Wands and the High Priestess, and envisioning your future considering your past, coming to a point of stability with the Four of Swords, reconciling those things so that you're in a strong, stable position to move forward, and releasing yourself to allow yourself empower yourself to make these decisions on your own behalf, and being able to rely and trust that whatever decision you take, you will be able to navigate the consequence of that decision to carry you further forward on the new path. That's a very useful and beneficial use of time throughout a Mercury retrograde, because it sort of slows things down so you can take the opportunity to look at things a little bit deeper and question maybe in ways that you haven't questioned before. And when Mercury goes direct again, and then after we get through the penumbra of that, opportunity and time and circumstance are going to activate new points of connection to be made available to you. And this is a strong space to be standing in when that happens. Okay. The universe works fast when I'm having fun. Okay. Remember, this is fun. You know what you're compelled to do and what you want to seek out. It's because it sparks something to life inside of you. You know, it lights you up. It, you know, creates this resplendent sort of energy that is available to you to operate with. So remember to have fun. There's rainbows and sparkles and twinkly lights and whatever it is that brings you effervescent delight. Remember to replenish yourself with those things as you're moving through the depression of the heavier aspects of those progressions. This is part of it too. You know, it's not all gloom and doom and difficulty and always dealing with the fives and the conflict within that space, or, you know, towers falling down all over the place and, you know, disrupting your life. A lot of it is the joy that's available, and that's why you are compelled to seek it out in the first place, is because it's going to support your wellness, your well-being, and your, you know, hope and your experience and resonance with the life that you're living on purpose, choosing to do so on purpose and taking the authority to be in command of that as well. All right, that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope that you've enjoyed that. Remember, subscribe, like, comment, share if you like what I'm doing here. The monthly reviews for February are all on the main channel if you want to check those out. I've opened up a Patreon for extended monthly overviews. If you're interested in that, I'll link that in the description. If you want to check out other Teatime and Tarots to see what may be resonant or applicable to you, this is day 38, so I will link the playlist at the end of the video if you want to check out more Teatime and Tarots. And I will see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye.